This is it, everyone. The die is cast. Amplified precursor bomb, escape pod, no limit on resource units, oodles of credits, and that's not counting everything else I could turn into the Melnorme, a bevy of devices, a fleet at my beck and call. Truly, the time to save this galaxy, humanity, and a slew of other races is upon us. Let me show you what I've done to the Starluck. 1 high-capacity fuel tank. 1 crew pod full of show fixty. 2 Shiva furnaces. 1 Hellbore cannon. And 1 auto-tracking module. And that's what you get to see. The fleet composition, that'll be hidden from now. From now, for now, we gotta go. 42 episodes. By the end of this episode, near 24 hours. And that's not counting the cut footage, the scrap footage, me watching each video at 2x speed. Put a lot of damn time into this series. Over a month and a half. Compare that to the 2/3 of a month that I spent 14 years ago, like, blazing through that recorded playthrough. I've deeply enjoyed my time here. I am satisfied with how this all turned out, to be sure. We have one more thing to do, and that's to head to the cup here. The center of it, Delta Craterus. There is no time for anything else, despite the fact that the Korra will not win their doctrinal conflict until mid-February of 2160 at this point. Thanks to assistance from the Udwig and Supax. Wonder which is the target. Wonder where it could be. Devices. Talking pet.
I sense the presence of my ancient slaves. It is time, Captain.
I moved the microphone a little further away from my mouth. I have been ill through a good chunk of the duration of this series. Trying to work through it and not have it preserved in audio footage. What now, Dinyari?
Oh gosh, gee, I don't know. Let's just sit here and talk a while and ignore those thousands of dreadnoughts that are gonna cream us in a few seconds.
I'm scared what if this doesn't work?
I'm scared, Denari. What if it doesn't work? My species have waited 200 centuries for this moment, so stop blubbering. Let's get to work.
Employ your powers. Confuse the Ur-Quan.
Okay, now, whatever you do, once I've started, don't leave the star system. We've only got one chance at this. Let's make it good. Here I go.
Let's go. Let's get on with it. And there they go. Whoosh. Here it is. The Sa-Matra, the great trophy. With an honor guard. 3 black, 3 green. I'll hear them out.
There is something wrong here. Something which makes my sheath retract and my talons ooze. I sense the ugliness of 1,000 evil thoughts. And I have located the source of these fetid emanations. They come from aboard your vessel. Foolish renegade human, why have you come here? All that you have found is your inevitable punishment. You may not approach the ancient Sa-Matra, the symbol of Ur-Quan dominance. Your presence here is further violation of the slave laws, which your species have already violated so flagrantly. We cannot tolerate such insubordination. Your species' penalty shall be annihilation.
Yeah, so the, now, green or black, will kill us. And yes, I'm still not showing you my fleet composition from this screen. It's gonna be a little fussy for me to roll into combat here, but we'll see what we can do. I said we'll see what we can do. Alright, I paused the game. Let's not fuck this up.
Launch fighters.
Launching fighters. Bye. Good. Ate all those shots. Had to start in the hole a little bit, you know, to make things more exciting. And yes, I know you can't see the health bars on the left side of the enemy vessel. You can see what matters. Woo! That was fun. Many Shofixty will give their lives today, and that is a price I'm willing to pay.
Launch fighters. Launch fighters.
Oop, stay out of range of those fighters.
Launch fighters.
I gotta... You know, it's not like I practiced slumming it down with this, this change precursor vessel. Having to adjust. The range of that. Uh-oh. One more of each.
Launch fighters.
Launching fighters. Got it. And one more Korra vessel. Wah. Pirouetted straight into that. Done and dusted. A little bit of editing magic so you can't see my fleet composition? Nah, just fucking with you. We transition straight into this. But I think I can reveal it now, because I'm gonna go save the fucking game. Introducing the fleet for the final battle. My final save slot here. Let's get on with it. 42. One last chat.
Okay, human. You made it past Sa-Matra's guards, and now you can attack the vessel itself. So listen closely. The Sa-Matra is protected by a thick shell of fused asteroids, reinforced with a weak stasis field. You'll never break through that. The only opening through the asteroid shield is covered with a powerful force screen. One touch of that screen, you're history, Captain. To destroy the Sa-Matra, you'll have to destroy the shield generators embedded in the asteroid shell. To drop the force screen, you'll have to destroy all 8 of them. When the screen is down, bring in your flagship, move into the asteroid shell, and then press the big red button on your controls. That starts the detonation sequence. Your escape pod will eject automatically. Just hope you're far enough away before that ship blows. Okay, human, this is it. The last battle, your final moment of triumph. Don't screw up. In case you're wondering, I'm not going with you, Captain. I'm staying on board. Why, you ask? Because I'm locked in here, you idiot! Get me out! Help! Help!
You would receive assistance from the Pakunk and Yehad here, depending upon their state and condition at the time of the Sa-Matra engagement, but we don't have any room for their vessels. I believe you could get 4 Pakunk Furies and 4 Yehad Terminators. But we've got Fwifo, Sushi, Ginzu, Wasabe, Chim Chim, Hayata, Genjiro, Tora 3, Bonsai, exclamation mark, Kudzu, Daikon the hero, and Ichiban. Ichiban. Let's get out there. Ichiban, go. No practice. I could have practiced. Would have helped. Only got one. That's okay. We got time. There are others. Bonsai. Let's go. Gotta swerve. Gotta swerve. Gotta swerve. Had to keep swerving to dodge. Ginzu. One. All right. Baby steps. We're walking it in. Wasabi. You can get up to 3. I want to say. Of course, you can get plenty of 0. Kudzu. Grow over it. Uh-oh. There those come, and they outrun me. Hoo-yah! Yes! You're up next. This is unfortunate. Yes! The way's open! And we still have Shofixty Scouts to spare. Now, I did not mean to press enter there. I will say. I was going to blow up the rest of the things. But that's okay. Get in there. Press the big red button. You can do it. And that's a game. So once you destroy all those satellite platforms, no more defenses can spawn. So you can have a perfectly safe go in there. I just ended up making it more exciting for myself, I guess. Me and what, a pair of Shofixty survivors as crew? When I awoke, there was an angel floating above me. I knew I was dead. But if one has to die, I thought to myself, this was definitely the right way to be dead. That was about the time I heard Talana's voice, telling me to stop babbling and listen for a moment. She told me that the escape pod had almost been torn in half. I had been unconscious for over 3 weeks. But my crew and I had succeeded in our mission. The force of the explosion, amplified by the Chimur crystals, had been sufficient to vaporize the Sa-Matra. And following the destruction of the Sa-Matra battle platform, the fleets of the Ur-Quan and the Korra had fallen into chaos and had been vanquished by Chimur forces and allied starships. Then Talana told me to sit up. She said there was something she thought I'd like to see. I pulled myself up and looked around. I was in sickbay of the starbase, looking out over Earth. Beneath me throbbed the sick red glow of the Ur-Quan slave shield. Talana smiled and said that for the past few days, the Chimur had been working on lowering the shield and that it should be neutralized right about now. Hey, Hayes took my advice. How about that? With a flare of incandescent light, the slave shield vanished. And for the first time in my life, I saw the true colors of Earth. Blues and greens in 1,000 different shades. It's just all like a hell landscape down there. Apocalypse happened. As we watched, we could see the first signs of ships coming up from Earth. They lifted from the planet's surface to join us in space. The destiny of mankind had been delayed for over 20 years. But now our world was free, and nothing could stop us. I stayed in that hospital for almost a month with this beautiful light. But that day I watched the shield fall and beautiful Talana stood at my side. I'll never forget that day, not for the rest of my life. But grandfather, then what happened? Yeah, how did you get home? Gunzavold. How long did it take before you and Grandma finally got married? Oh, while we intended to come right home, we got a little sidetracked, you know. Talana and I didn't make it back here to Unzavold until almost 5 years later. We were occupied. But grandfather, what happened? Where did you go? And how did you find the Mach 2? That, my children, is an entirely different story. Thank you for playing the Ur-Quan Masters. This game has been brought to you by Frungy, the Sport of Kings. No, it wasn't. Yes, it was. It had nothing to do with it. This game was about war, slavery, intolerance, heroism, justice, and the inevitable triumph of glory devices over evil. Are you crazy? Developers got millions in Frungy endorsements. No, they didn't. Yes, they did. No, they didn't. Yes, they did. Did not. Did too. Did not. Did too. So, you probably thought I was dead, didn't you? Well, I'm not. I got away from the ship at the last second. And now I'm really going to cause some trouble. In fact, that's what the sequel is going to be about. Yeah, that's the ticket. Me and my exciting adventures as I conquer the galaxy for the greater glory of me. You'll have action. You'll have drama. You'll have gratuitous alien sex scenes. It's gonna be great. Happy campers are the best. It is happy. Hold it, I'm getting sick of this stupid dialogue. Who wrote this stuff, a 5-year-old? Okay, I'll try it again. Happy campers are best. It is good to smell you again. Hello again, heroic humanoid. Ever since you returned the Ultron to us, everything has been wonderful. Just perfect. Within just 2 days, our factories will begin churning out appropriate facial appliances, and I've already picked out my first mask. The domino of unrivaled merriment. Yes, we are all ecstatic, even the High Proctor Gambles, as she performs the exultant caper of revelation. Look how she leaps with the Ultron held high. How she twists, how she twirls, how she slips and tosses the Ultron in the air. Oh no! Morons! I am furious and ready to kill. Throughout this entire game, I've done nothing but bluster and threaten. I've had no opportunity to show my true skills as an actor, my depth and range. No one knows my sensitivity, my gentle inner being. What if from now on I'm typecast as a heavy? Now Spielberg may never call me. I was not planning to read these out. It just kind of happened. Phew. I'm glad that's all over. That was tough, playing second banana to the Udwig. Now I'm hungry, but I'm sick and tired of sunlight. I want some real food. Like a hamburger or a steak. Better yet, how about a dog?
In case you were wondering about me, don't worry, I'm doing fine. In fact, I just talked with the designers, and they have assured me that the sequel will be all about me. Isn't that great? They said they wanted to move away from the warrior mythos and expand more into the healer cycle. This may be my big chance. The only thing I'm not sure about is the new costume they want me to wear. They said this one would be really revealing.
Ah, I see someone approaches, but who is it? Ho ho! It is the creature which I wrongly call a disgusting Ur-Quan slimewad, and a cowardly slug spawn, and a pouchless lardlog freak, and a leprous non-functional sex organ, and a wallowing phlegm-filled a grunty belly licker. Ha! My human friend has returned. So what am I doing here, you ask? I'm trying to get some rest, that's what! I'll be lucky if I don't have a heart attack soon. You have no idea how hard it is to personally replenish an entire species. Ah, final parting with our favorite seeker of enlightenment. How sad. But wait, this doesn't have to be the end. We have established a conduit from the reams of our harmonic awareness directly to you. You can use this channel to ask us questions about your past lives or your future destiny. Just call 1-900-BAKUNKRA. That's 1-900-BAKUNKRA, 24 hours a day. Only $2 per minute. Children under 18 must have parental permission before calling. Forgot how delightful these credits were, too. So I suppose you are wondering what I'm doing at this control console. Well, I guess I can tell you now. I'm writing a screenplay. It's an existential thriller. Kind of a cross between a Woody Allen angst fest mixed with some of Tobe Hooper's best work, Toby. But actually, this is just my way of getting my wing in the door, you see? What I really want to do is direct. I hope you know that contract negotiations are going to be very rough. For my role in the sequel, yes, rough indeed. To begin with, I want 10% of the royalties, creative control over my dialogue, and a fat cut of the toy licenses. What? What did you say? The sequel is going to be all about me? How wonderful! What an honor! What a great chance to move up the ladder towards... producer! Forget everything I said about license fees. It's an honor just to work with you. Blah, blah, blah. Mary had a little lamb. I like to hold fuzzy little animals and give them huggy-wuggies. You are probably wondering why an Ur-Quan is saying such stupid things. Well, he isn't saying them. I am. That's right. Me. The little guy down in the corner. Since I've been stuck down here for this entire game, translating submit or die into about 100 different languages, I just thought I'd take this opportunity to express my feelings. You want to know what I think? I think this whole game would have been better if they'd done it as a musical. That's what I think. But do the designers listen to me? No. Oh no, it's one of those ultra-gross humans again. Quick, hide your eye! Ah! Look at the pulpy red thing in its mouth! How it wriggles and writhes like a wet bloodworm, and plays over the hard white nubs that protrude from its head bone. I think I'm going to be sick. We are the Ur-Quan Korra, the followers of the path of now and forever. You are filth. We shall cleanse. You will be annihilated. I mean annihilated. Damn. Cut! Let's start over. Hey, Mr. Director, could you please think of some other word besides... annihilate? I mean, what's the use? I give up. Do you really believe Project Blue Book revealed everything the Army Air Corps knew? Do you know what really happened at Roswell, New Mexico in the late 1940s? Have you even heard about the Men in Black? Do you have any friends who have missing days? Do you sleep with your window unlocked? Be seeing you. Great. Wonderful. Fantastic. I deeply enjoyed my revisit of Star Control 2: The Ur-Quan Masters. It remains an excellent video game in 2025, in part because of the Ur-Quan Masters project, which has kept the game accessible on modern systems and quite customizable. I also acknowledge the high-definition MEGAMOD's features added to my enjoyment. The thing I liked most was being able to identify planet type without entering orbit. The other stuff? I reckon I could do without it. Different graphics, different voices. It was a nice throw-in to see some different stuff. I do like the different user interface I swapped to halfway through the series, but it ain't a big deal. This space adventure with action combat has quality oozing from it, and I won't belabor what all I like about it. Hell, the entire revisit is me giving the game a near 24-hour blowjob. But there are notable weaknesses here too, and I don't just mean game design thoughts and cultural tastes have changed in 2025. No. Notable example? The Ultron quest sucks. Sucked in the 90s, sucks today. The Utwig are on the other side of the map from Sol. By design, they've got a bomb you can't get without repairing their MacGuffin. You need that bomb to win the game. Great. Fine. So you go on the coreward direction the Chimur give you and maybe combine it with the intel you purchase from the Melnorme, and you chat with the Utwig. Who has the MacGuffin? Where do they have it? Turns out you get the MacGuffin hurled at you by any Supox captain on a whim upon you expressing even the slightest of interest. Because the MacGuffin is apparently quantum in nature, and in whatever encounter it needs to be. And the Supox melt back into the shadows. They're rolling this tale now done. Anyway, you need 3 sub-MacGuffins in roughly the other map corners in order to repair the MacGuffin. Sure, whatever. Jump through hoops and get the job done, and the Utwig are now on board. You're greenlit to get the bomb. And the Utwig fleet promptly stops defending the damn bomb because reasons. Hey, they got to send everyone against the Koraj, sure, whatever. What are the odds someone will show up to take the bomb before the captain grabs it? And hey, what do you know? You gotta face a whiny Druge battle group before collecting the bomb. Finally, the bomb is yours, one half the puzzle you need to win the game. Now, it is true the Utwig are my least favorite aliens in the game, but even if I found them to be gumdrops and lollipops, I'd still think the Ultron quest sucks. But Grimith, you could just wait until the Korra win the doctrinal conflict, so they go around and eliminate the various species, and once they get to the Utwig, so you won't have to repair the Ultron, you just get the bomb, and that's totally by design, so booyah! Fantastic, Straw Man, you got me. I'll just camp out in hyperspace for a real-life hour? 2? Yeah, pass. And yes, for those of you who didn't know, once the Korra win the doctrinal conflict in mid-February of 2159 or 2160, they do go on a death march. Every non-Ur-Quan species with a sphere of influence is targeted in a set order. Then the Korra go for humanity. If everyone's still alive, then you have until mid-November before you lose the game. You can buy extra time by doing shenanigans with the Ilrath and Mycon. But if you know about that, then you know what the fuck you're doing anyway, and can just go win. What happened there? I bring up a game weakness and end up digressing. This is... It's been one hell of a credit sequence. I piled the Shofixty into a vessel with a greater glory device. First tried it. Nearly fell apart at the end because I sent the flagship too soon. My pinky finger tapped the enter on my numpad and oops, I was gonna use another glory device or 2 to clear out the projectiles. Oh well. Digressing, typical of me. I guess I'll leave flaw talk for me there. I'd be interested to read your own, which is a natural segue into a request I have for all of you. As I noted earlier in this video, I poured some real-ass time into this series over a month and a half. Scrap footage, cut footage, watching every episode at 2x speed, and the final videos themselves. Consequently, I have a survey for you to fill out, which I may attempt to guilt trip you into filling out because of all that time I invested. 5 questions. Answering the YouTube comments won't take long, and you'll recompense me for my time. Maybe, because of your feedback, I will be encouraged, and I'll be motivated to do some other thing you like, oh, they do care about me. Oh, all this time I invest in my hobby. Oh. Yeah, it's good to have fucking dreams. Question 1. What compelled you to watch this playthrough? Example, nostalgia. I got a lot of comments from people turning into dust. Like, I was 8 when I watched your first playthrough, and now I have children. It's like, That was 14 years ago. Yeah. What compels you to go through this Let's Get On With a Revisit? Question 2. Are you left satisfied by having seen this playthrough to its end? You know, maybe you're not satisfied because there wasn't enough Super Melee. Maybe you're not satisfied because you would have enjoyed seeing something else or some other particular game elements. Yeah. Are you left satisfied? Question 3. I mentioned this a bit earlier. The flaw talk. You know? Name, like, perhaps your most notable flaw with the game, or something that really chaps your ass, grinds your gears. You know, it could be something, you know, like looking back at it now from 2025, or something you feel held up in the 90s about the video game. Perhaps, for example, you look at the Shofixty design and how they speak, and you're like, nah, that's my least favorite element, boss. The caricatures and stereotypes carrying in over decades and decades of space games and, space art, movies. It just could have done without that one, boss. Leave that to Gene Roddenberry and William Shatner. Yeah, that's question 3. Question 4, would you be interested in me doing another playthrough of the Ur-Quan Masters? Like, say, without using the portal spawner, or without using the flagship in combat, except for, of course, to park it next to the Sa-Matra there at the end, or without using the Melnorme. Like, is there a universe in which you're like, yeah, I'll hop on board and consume another playthrough of the Ur-Quan Masters? Maybe it's like, you don't even do this. Like, go do the 3DO version. Go do the original PC version. I don't need the voice dialogue. It's cool. Whatever. Grimith, you'll read it all yourself, right? No? No, wish casting, And the final question. If the answer to that previous question is yes, if you would be interested in seeing me do another playthrough, how long do you think you'll need to recharge before embarking on another playthrough? 2 weeks? October of next year? Another 14 years? How long you gonna need, chummer, before you'd be willing to embark upon all this wild shit again? There you go. There is your 5 questions, just in time to get to the end. Oh, wow. Didn't plan out any of that. Oh, what a beautiful video. The Shofixty glory devices, the big Shofixty glory device and my precursor vessel, just enough crew, several vessels to spare. We got to read all the Shofixty scout captain names. Fliffo was there to watch the fireworks. What a beautiful thing. All right, everyone, I'm gonna roll out into outer space? Yeah, outer space. Fade off into the ether, the sunset, whatever the case may be. Answer this fucking survey. Do not throw it in the trash. Don't make me, badger you with notifications like, hey, have you considered filling it out? Think about it. All right. Take care, everyone. It's been a delight to be here. See you, perhaps, in a future Let's Get On With It adventure. Whenever that may be.